Well, we are now crossing over to Westlands in the county of Nairobi. This as the country has 80 days to the next general election. My colleague Safin Acheng Ouma is pitching camp in that part of the city to give us latest updates in regards to preparation ahead of the August general election. Safin, good afternoon.
A very good afternoon to you, Irene Chuma. They are back in studio. Of course, indeed, we are coming to you live from Westlands area, right here in Kenya's capital, Nairobi, just standing next to Sankara Hotel. This is the place where the International Republican Institute and the National Democratic Institute have just released their latest report on a pre-election assessment mission that they conducted in the country recently as part of their overall observation of the 2022 general election. And they began on an optimistic note, just painting quite a number of positive efforts the country has put in place in ensuring a more transparent and accountable general election. And of course, this includes the fact that the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has put in place efforts to build trust and assert its independence ahead of the election. Also noting that there has been improvement in the political party nomination processes compared to the 2017 general election. Of course, they've noted quite a few complaints here and there that arose after the nomination processes and went ahead to put forward recommendations on how future nomination processes can be improved. But of course, another key thing that stood out as a plus for the country is the nomination of a female vice presidential candidate as one of the things that also they said is a good step. And of course, also talking about increased stakeholder engagement also as something that is a plus. But even amidst this positive report by the observers, they say that there are certain things that the country still needs to work on if we are to have a peaceful and a more transparent general election. For instance, they've called upon the political parties, the political party candidates and independent candidates to commit to observe peace before, during and after elections. And also they've talked about, the IEBC to do what they call piloting the KIMS system to be able to identify some of the gaps that are there and offer alternatives beforehand ahead of the 2022 general election. So we'll be giving our viewers more details about this report and the recommendations they gave each stakeholder who is important in this process, including IEBC, the civil society, political parties, security agencies, and even the media in our subsequent news bulletins. But this is just first part of it. They are planning to conduct a second assessment, in the coming 5 weeks, and they'll be giving another report on how the situation is like ahead of the 2022 general election. But for now, that is all we have for you, Irene. It's now back to you in studio. My name is Safin Acheng Ouma from Westlands, Nairobi.